My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire Modded. Now, we'll actually be running a different character today, and the reasoning for that is not because I feel like I'm done with the Mad Scientist or anything like that. There's a couple builds I still want to do in that. The Trinket Weaponized build especially, but also comes to mind is the Bomb build. But it's not currently updated for the most recent patch for this game, so instead, I've got the Construct installed, as well as Replay the Spire, because naturally. The Construct is a new character by the author Moo Cows Go Moo. Config, reach EXP level 1 as the Construct to unlock. Well, I haven't really done that yet. Oh, apparently I was in the middle of a run, so we'll just quickly give that wee bit of an abandon. The Construct starts with 85 HP as well, 99 gold. I wonder if anyone is ever gonna change the starting gold for a character. Because that would be inherently unbalanced, right? Because if the character's whole strength is they start with a bunch of extra gold, Meow has an option to lose all gold and get this effect, which would just be garbage for them, always. Obviously, there's a little bit of a differential in the effectiveness of Meow's different bonuses for different characters, like taking 50% of your maximum HP matters differently on different characters, but it would be so much more pronounced in terms of losing all gold. Anyway, Ancient Machinery given new purpose by Meow, reconfigures itself to adapt in any situation. It starts with the Cogwheel, which is one artifact at the start of each combat, and has 5 unlocks remaining. So you can see I've done a practice run here. Alright, let's boot in. Hello again. There's our character. Pretty as a picture. Have a quick look at these. Obtain a curse for a rare card. None of these are extraordinarily important to me. Okay, let's have a look at the unique mechanics at work here in the Construct. So, first we should probably look at attack mode and defense mode. Both of them have retain. You'll recognize retain from the Runic Pyramid Relic, as well as the Well-Laid Plans. Its retained cards are not discarded at the end of the turn. They're both 0 cost. There is attack mode and defense mode. You gain 2 strength, lose 2 dex, and the inverse, right? However, the first time in each battle where you play one of these, especially if it's on the first turn and you haven't had a debuff or anything like that hit you yet, you'll negate the downside, so you'll just gain 2 strength or gain 2 dex. And then the next time you play another one of them, you'll just flip it. It's super, super interesting. On top of that, all of the basic strikes and all of the basic defense for this character have a mechanic called Cycle. When drawn, discard this and draw a new card. It only works once per turn, per card, right? So I can cycle all of these strikes, but this one strike I can't cycle twice in a turn, okay? And this one has a conditional on its cycle. So it only cycles if my strength is less than 0. So if my strength is -1 or lower, which would be forced by me playing a bunch of defense modes, then the strikes will just cycle and I'll end up with a handful of defense. So it's a really, really cool way to adapt what you want in your next hand or what you want in your next draw on the fly. It's really, really interesting. I'm probably just going to transform a card. 3 potions. They're not great. They're not garbage. Okay. Do I think I can kill elites on the first floor? I kind of want to. We'll start here. Okay, so I may as well start off with the defense mode and then a defend. You can see the loss of strength there was negated by the artifacting. Cool. Then an attack mode will flip, and now I have 2 strength instead of 2 defense. It's real neat. I can also play another attack mode at this point, which it looks like, in fact, I will be doing. I'll double defend first, then attack mode, and now I have negative on my defense, so you can see those defend cards that I drew just got cycled, and I've ended up with a hand full of attack cards. It's really cool. It allows you to just suddenly push. Okay, So we have quick attack, deal 3 damage, gain 2 dex until the end of your next turn, upgrades to 3. Okay. We've also got guard core, cycle, when cycled gain 2 block, and the upgraded version is put a guard core into your discard pile. So that's an unupgraded guard core. Cool. So effectively, this is a way to just gain a ridiculous amount of defense with very little downside. So the downside that this could have is if you cycle a guard core rather, then you reshuffle your deck and draw that same guard core again, in which case you're drawing effectively a 0 energy gain 2 block. I think I'll take it. I really like the cycle builds with this character. They're really intriguing. Okay. Double strike the front line, and I have no need to do anything with that defense mode right now, so I'll just retain it. Cool. Double strike out. And yeah, that'll do it. Excellent. Oh god, right. I forgot. New character. I need to read every card. Okay, accumulate. Deal 13 damage. Upgrades to 17. Make a copy of a non-rare card in your draw pile. So that would be most likely, I have to imagine, because this is an uncommon card, for duplicating cards that cycle. Or just particularly powerful cards. It's also Scrap Cannon, which is deal 9, upgrades to 12, exhaust 1 card, so it's an attack. And Fierce Bash, which is deal 8 damage, hits twice if the enemy doesn't intend to attack, and it upgrades to 11. If they don't intend to attack or defend. Okay, so if they're doing a buff or a debuff. How many enemies do a buff or a debuff and not much else? I don't think that's worth. I'll take an accumulate, see if I can get this build off the floor. Ooh, new relic. Master Core. At the start of combat, shuffle 3 random cores into your draw pile. Cores are cards that cycle and apply a small bonus effect. But of course, the guard core, for example. Right. And there's another guard core, in fact, here. I will probably buy that. All right. Specialist is from Replay the Spire mod. All non-attack damage you deal is increased by 2. Then we also have Charge Shot. It's retained. Deal 5 damage, plus 5 for each turn. This is retained. Okay, so that's like a... I mean, I guess it's a form of inevitability. Interesting. There's also Swift Strike, which is deal 8 damage, gain 2 strength, and lose 2 dex. Upgrades for 9, 3, and 3 across. Guard Core, cycle. Same, we've had that before. Shift Guard is the inverse of Shift Strike, rather. And Auto Turret. Whenever a card cycles, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. This, by the way, Pet Ghost, add a ghost card to your hand every turn. That's from Replay the Spire mod. It has 3 different options it can give you. It can give you effectively a basic defend, a basic strike, or a fetch, which allows you to fetch, for 0 cost, a basic card from your draw pile. You can only get basic fetch if there are basic cards in your draw pile, if I recall correctly. All right. I'm going to go for Guard Core. Now I need to find a way to deal damage with this build. Okay, let's find a relic. Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn. Deal 3 damage to all enemies. I mean, that's a way to deal some damage. Not a lot, but some. Considering the 2 guard cores we have in our deck, we can probably remove a defend. Attack. Heavy Bolt. Discard 2 random cards, then draw 2 cards. Okay. We'll Fear Potion, attack. Cool. And I mean, depends on the draw, but yep, accumulate will do it. Excellent. Tag bag. Shops have all 3 kinds of sale tags. That is 2 for 1. I think heavy sale, which is just like a heavier decrease in cost. And special edition, which is you get an upgraded version of that card. Sale tags can now appear on colorless cards, and on-sale cards are cheaper. Excellent. Bubble Shield. Cycle if your dex is less than 1. Gain plated armor equal to your dexterity. Ooh. We could make this a dex build. Boost is deal 4 damage, gain 4 block for 0, and Shift Strike we've seen before. We could try and make this like a heavy dex build. The problem is, how do we deal damage with this build? Because I have to imagine dex will affect the results that we get from the guard core as well, right? I'm going to take bubble shield. Then I'm going to start upgrading both of these guard cores so that I can get a deck full of guard cores. I'm probably going to dodge elites now. That's bubble shield, right? Still got a guard core in there. Right, I'll kill you, guard core, in the deck, defense mode, and defend. Excellent. Flak Barrage, which is cycle if your strength is less than 1, deals 0 damage to a random enemy 4 times. So if your strength is 1, it'll be 1 4 times, but this is for like a heavy strength gain build, I have to imagine. Upgrades to be 6 times. Yeah. Scrap cannon we've seen before. Flame Core. Cycle. When cycled, a random enemy takes 3 damage and put a Flame Core into your discard pile. So it's another card. Yeah, let's just go for like a heavy cycle build. I like it. Kunai. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain a dex. Sure. Let's upgrade that guard core. So now we need like a lot of draw. Ooh. Good lord. All right, Scrap Cannon, we've seen before. Backfire, deal 14 damage, take 5, and it's 16 and 4. So it doesn't say HP, so that means that you would be able to block that. Interesting. Interesting. Vent Steam, exhaust 1 card, apply 1 weak and vulnerable, and the upgrade is 2 weak and 2 vulnerable. Reserves, cycle if your HP is above 20. If it's below 20, you gain 3 energy and draw 3 cards. So it becomes an excellent card. And you just change the limit. That's intriguing. Auto turrets here. When a card cycles, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. And it's upgraded. Hell yes. Yes, please. Yes, thank you. Hell yes. We heavy cycle. We heavy cycle now. We definitely need to remove a card from our deck. I'm glad I couldn't remove a card from my deck at the previous space. Considering. Upgrade a card. Yeah, I really want to upgrade the Flame Core. Okay, we have Suppressive Fire. Deal 5 damage to all enemies. Upgrades to 7 for 1 energy. It's an attack, and it gains a Blur. Blur is blockers carried over between turns. That's still a new keyword because it's usually not a keyword. Heavy Bolt we've seen before, which is deal 15 damage, discard 2 cards, and then draw 2 cards. It upgrades to just more damage on 19 rather. Force Field, retain, gain 6 block, and it upgrades to be both innate and 8 block. Okay. Shield Generator, gain 5 blur, gain 2 vulnerable. Upgrades to be 6 blur and 1 vulnerable. Interesting, interesting. Panache is on special edition. Unfortunately, I can't take it. And Guard Core, again, would take it if it could. Can't take it, so it won't. I'm also actually going to point out Lee's Waffle, which is actually from the base game, but since it's a shop-only relic, it's actually really rare to see it. It's upon pickup, raise your max HP by 7 and heal to your max HP. It's actually quite good. Just not for us, just not right now. Gain plated armor equal to your dex plus 1. And then if I upgraded this, it's just more damage. Okay, cool. We could have like the world's slowest kill here if we want. Auto turret. Defense mode. Oh, power potion. When a non-exhausted, non-upgraded card cycles, exhaust it and deal 8 damage to a random enemy. Oh gosh. That's gonna cycle all of my strikes out of my deck eventually. Huh. Oh boy. Yikes. I'm trying to get my strength lower. Accumulate. I could accumulate the upgraded guard core. Yeah, I should do that. That one. I mean, 3 plated armor is not that much, frankly. We need some more decks. The whole hand plays itself. I love it. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, that seems great. All right, accumulate. I can put another guard core in there. Hell yeah. Oh my god. Draw the guard cores. Since they're upgraded, they cycle. Mm-hmm. Keep going. And you can see I burned all of my strikes out of my deck and all of these guard cores and flame cores. And it's just leaving my upgraded ones as well as the ones that were just made. Swift Potion, excellent. There's reserves. Memory Tap. Add a random red, green, and blue card to your hand. They cost 0 this turn. Exhaust. See, I can't take that. If it made them also exhaust, this would be good. But unfortunately, there's a lot of garbage cards, and I don't want them stuffing up my drawer. I mean, reserves can only ever be good, right? Unless, of course, you know, you cycle it, redraw a new deck, and then have to cycle it again. But, yeah. Surely it has to be that. We've also got Meltdown over here, which is at the start of your turn, deal 15 damage to all enemies and add 2 burns to your hand. Upgrades to be 20 damage to all enemies. Cool. We'll take reserves. Our deck's heavily defensive. We could probably get away with either Coffee Dripper or Philosopher's Stone. It's also possible we get away without either of them, frankly. No, we should still take one. I'll take Philo. Okay. Ooh, Captain Abe at the end of the floor. Alright. I'm actually starting to get a wee bit cocky here. I'm starting to feel like maybe I should be elite hunting. I'm getting the itch. Getting that elite hunting itch. Okay, let's accumulate the auto turret. Then double attack. It's just a gain of dex, frankly. Auto turret, defense modes. And then we'll defend and strike. Kill him. Mm. It's a wee bit significantly worse than I wanted it to be. Oh well. Yeah, never mind. Okay, Focus Beam. Deal 12 damage. Put this on top of your draw pile. As well as Hard Reboot. Exhaust your hand. Draw 5 cards. Exhaust. So that's just, like, draw 5 cards after... Oh, no, wait. Hang on. It's exhaust your hand. That's really interesting. Right, because it's effectively a way to get rid of all of the cards and just have your cycles continue cycling. Yeah, because your cycle cards, by necessity of being cycle cards, won't be in your hand. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm too worried. Okay. Defense mode, then a hard reboot, get a new hand. Auto turret, and I'm gonna take 24 this turn versus 4 block, 20 damage on top of 30. Reserves is not yet going to be active. Okay. Frankly, I don't have a good way to translate this into immediate damage right now. Okay. There is an upgraded guard core in there, which is good. Let's accumulate. I should have done this first. Never mind. Actually, I'm going to do it with the flame core, because I need the extra damage. Okay, let's have a look at how well this goes. Pretty well, as it turns out. The setup is really heavy, though. Okay, back up. Retain. Choose a non-rare card from your hand. Add 2 copies of it to your draw pile. So, unfortunately, this is unlikely to hit cycle cards, right? They're unlikely to be in your hand. Again, by the nature of being cycled. This is a wee bit unfortunate. I need some good defensive cards. Okay. Let's reserve. Defense mode. There is a guard coin there, so we'll make sure we get that. Hard reboot. Let's accumulate flame core and wait. I need to stack more of that power that's actually dealing the damage right now. Auto turret. When a card cycles, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. We've seen shield generated before, and here's mode shift. Swap your dex and strength. Draw a card. Upgrades cost 0. Cool. Yeah, I'm not exactly going to go elite hunting right now. Frankly, I don't feel safe. Smiling Mask. The merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold. Not bad. Okay, let's auto turret. Defense mode. Hit him with the accumulate. I need to get the defense going on, unfortunately. Double defend and then hard reboot those out of our hands. Auto turret for funsies. Good. Fully defend this turn. We've got 2 auto turrets going. Nice. Okay, I'm going to accumulate to get another flame core in there. And then just, like, hardcore defend as best I can. I shouldn't have done defense mode until after I struck there. That's my bad. There's going to be a lot of ordering misplays as I kind of get used to this axis of interaction. Cool. Cycle time. Milkshake. You can retain up to 5 energy between the turns until the end of the combat. Reinforce. Gain 2 block 3 times, 2 block 4 times. So the reason that this isn't just gain 8 block, right, is because the amount of times is also the amount of times this is increased by a card that might give you dex. Laser Claw. Cycle. When cycled, all enemies take 2 damage and put a Laser Claw into your discard. Unfortunately, Laser Claw is way too cool. Gremlin Food, whenever you rest, upgrade a random card. That's really good, because I'm going to be resting a lot, frankly. I'm new to this character. Of course I'm going to be resting. Okay, so... what do I want to duplicate here? Defense mode. We'll just double up on that. Whee! And that's just so that I can make sure that my strength is negative, so that strikes will cycle. Okay. Let's accumulate a flame core. Defend and then bubble shield. I mean, we could be taking a lot more damage than we are. Okay. Auto turret, defense mode, defend. I mean, we are frail and we're still defending for a pretty ridiculous amount. Honestly, if I could get, like, Anchor, that would be so good for us. We've seen all of these before. I'm gonna ignore them. I really want to fight the elite. Because I don't want to just fight 3 enemies, and I do want to shop. I'll take the safe path. So I think we will eventually win. We just have to get that far. Okay, accumulates. Drop another guard core in there. Guess I'll strike, then defend and defend. Huh! Alright, we're gonna quote-unquote die this turn. We get healed back up and lose our potion. Ah, we've got reserves. Excellent. Those out of there and hard reboot. And we'll auto turrets. And there we go. Kill him. Excuse me? Well, at least we're fully defended this turn. Yikes. See, that was more what I was expecting. Liquid bronze, gain 3 thorns. Electric armor. Cycle if your dex is less than 1. Gain thorns equal to your dexterity. That's another way. Oh, but another bubble shield. This is like early, this is late. But the thing is, we don't have, like, this isn't early, right? None of them are early. We need a bunch of dex for any of them to be useful. This is gain 4 block, gain 1 metallicize. So that's like plated armor, but without the other effects, right? Without the ability to lose it. I think I take Metal Shell, actually, just to get a defensive card in there. Just an early game defensive card. Frankly, I'm actually starting to feel like we might be dead. Like Anchor or Red Mask. Both would be quite good. Defense mode's quite good. There it is again. And let's get an upgraded guard coin there. Excellent. Okay, hardcore cycle. I need more dex gain in this deck especially. Would be lovely. That said, I can see why they need to make it difficult at the start to gain it, because otherwise you will ball out of control ridiculously, because as soon as we get to a reasonable level, this happens. So the only one we've not seen before here is Analyzed. Next turn, gain an energy and draw 1 more card. It costs 1 energy and 1 card, so next turn, draw a card. So consider the fact that if you, like, blank all of the effect in your mind, this is draw 1 card. For, like, 0 energy cost. Or draw 2 cards for 0 energy cost. It's like a setup, but not good. I don't like it. I don't like it. A lot of the cards are pretty conservative in the balance here. Defense mode reserves. Unfortunately, that means I will take the Chosen's effect. That is to say, they're Hex, but I did need to play my defensive mode. That's extremely core to my character. I'm gonna have to use attack mode here, unfortunately, so that I can kill the bird. So that I take no damage this turn. Uh-oh. Yeah, I probably should have used Elixir earlier to deny the Dazed currently in the deck. Well, we're alive on 1 HP. Which is probably profoundly more than we deserve. And we're dead this turn if we just defend, right? 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 6 is 14, plus 1 is 15. Yeah, we're exactly dead if we defend. Again, probably should have used Elixir at the end of the last turn. Ryan? Damn. I like this character. I like this character a hell of a lot. I'm gonna probably play him next episode. For the moment, though, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire modded. That's been another character mod called the Defect. Sorry, I just immediately went robot character. Obviously, it's the Defect. That character mod is called the Construct. Again, all of the mods in each episode will be linked in the description down below, so you'll be able to find Mod the Spire, the launcher, base mod, the API off of which the others are built, Replay the Spire, and the Construct. And the Construct, again, is made by Moo Cows Go Moo. For the moment, hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time!